Okay guys, welcome back to the Landry Talks football channel. I'm Landrew and we're the most active Chelsea YouTube channel with a Swedish accent, so if that's not worth subscribing for, I don't know what is. We're going to do two videos today. The first one is all the news, and later on we're going to do the match preview for tomorrow's game against Servette away in Switzerland. So starting off with everything that's going on between Chelsea and Manchester United as of right now. Here's from Fabrizio Romano. Sancho latest. Chelsea want to include Sterling in a deal. Up to Manchester United though. Juventus in talks over loan with buy clause. And here's where I'm praying. Please, Juventus, just step in and take Sancho off the table. I don't want Sancho at our club. We have too many players that are way too similar to him. And I talked about this briefly yesterday as well. We have Cole Palmer, Madueke, Pedro Neto, Mudryk, even Felix and Nkunku. So I don't see Sancho getting any kind of spot in the team unless we sell a couple of players, and I believe that the players we have in those positions as of right now are crucial. Maybe not Mudryk, but still, I wouldn't have Sancho come in just to be a squad player. So that's the latest on Sancho. As well as this from Miguel Delaney. Breaking, Man United and Chelsea have stepped up talks over a potential Ben Chilwell move to Old Trafford. I like Ben Chilwell, but I do not believe that he has a place in the squad either. Especially with the current form of Cucurella as well as Renato Vega. He just doesn't have a place. We saw last season Pochettino even tried to play him at left wing, which didn't result in anything quite significant. He's also one of the guys in the squad that has the wages from before we had the wage cap of 150k, so it would be good for us to have him out of the books as well. Although I like him as a player and as a man, it just has to be time to let him go now, unfortunately. But then this comes out. Manchester United have rejected the opportunity to move for Ben Chilwell, but Raheem Sterling is still being discussed. So where is Chilwell to go? Because he won't play anything this season and we can't just have him sit around playing with the under-21s away from the first team squad. So I hope that there will come a move for him, even though it could be like one of those loan moves. We need to get him away from the club, getting some playing time for his best and for our best. Raheem Sterling is also one of those players that has been asked to get a move on and get out of the club. Enzo Maresca has been quite clear on that he isn't in his plans. And it's kind of a dickhead move, but it is what it is. His whole camp is just trying to get a move away from the club now. And we've seen him be like, okay, I gotta reduce my wages and everything like that. So the only option for him to actually have his salary up as high as he has is now is to go to Saudi. And I believe that Raheem Sterling to Manchester United would be really weird because he's played with both Liverpool and Manchester City, which are like straight up enemies to Manchester United. I think it will go down okay with the United fans, but the Liverpool fans and the Manchester City fans will be absolutely fuming with this transfer if it goes through. So moving on from Raheem Sterling, Chilwell and Sancho, here's the latest on Trevoh Chalobah and Axel Disasi. Crystal Palace are set to make a late attempt to land Trevoh Chalobah. I talked about this yesterday as well in a video that got quite a lot of feedback, so thank you guys for that. I don't want to see Trevoh Chalobah move on from Chelsea. I think that he's been quite good for us, and academy player, loves the brand of Chelsea, loves the club, and this comes out straight afterwards. Trevoh Chalobah has impressed many within Chelsea with how he's handled everything that has been thrown at him. Chelsea could listen to offers for Axel Disasi instead. That's quite funny. Trevoh Chalobah is moving like an abuse victim, being like, "Oh, they still love me. It's okay." The shit that he's been getting from Chelsea, just not being invited to go in pre-season, being just excluded from the squad, being almost in quarantine. And still he seemed to have handled it pretty well. So now Chelsea are like, okay, let's have him stay. He's a gentle and fine man. And I quite like this because I rate Chalobah a lot higher than I do Axel Disasi. So to have Disasi move to Newcastle or wherever he goes, I would be in favor of that instead of selling Trevoh Chalobah. I don't like this pure profit kind of sales, and would be amazing to see Trevor just become one of those Chelsea legends, because I believe that we are just selling everything that we are. All the academy guys that know what it is to be a Chelsea player, has seen all the guys, Lampard, John Terry, and look up to that. So I believe that we need those kind of players still around the squad for our own development as we move to this new era of just signing everything with two legs that are under 18 years old. Moving on to one of the most dragged out transfer sagas of Chelsea history. Talking about Viktor Osimhen. So this was 19 hours ago. Chelsea want to make a first official offer to Napoli and the player's agent for Viktor Osimhen in the next few hours. And that's via Di Marzio. And we did. And here's more on it. Breaking. Napoli believe Chelsea are going to bid for Osimhen on a permanent transfer due to the drop in price tag. Chelsea want Osimhen on an incentive-driven contract, otherwise they are going to move on to other targets, and that's from Ben Jacobs. Because in yesterday's video I talked about the Ivan Toney offer that we laid down. I thought that we were moving on away from Osimhen and going for Ivan Toney instead. I also stated that I would like Osimhen more than I would like Ivan Toney. But if Osimhen isn't an option, I would still want Ivan Toney instead of Jackson, because I believe that he would score a whole lot of more goals, and I believe that he fits more into the system that we have now, being the target player, than Michael Jackson does. So here's even more on the Osimhen saga. Osimhen will not reduce salary. Chelsea talked to his camp today. Toney, Osimhen are 2 out of 4 on the list. Ahli will be ready if Chelsea collapses. And that's Fabrizio. Who are the other 2 guys? Toney, Osimhen, and 2 more. I hope it's Viktor Gyökeres or Isak, as I'm a Swedish man. I would love to see some Swedish guys in the Chelsea squad. I bet you guys actually didn't know that Jadon Sancho is actually half Swedish, so that's the first Swedish guy in years that played for Chelsea. But he chose to play for Denmark instead. But yeah, getting off topic. This is kind of old news, not gonna lie. We're going for Osimhen. Ahli will be ready if Chelsea collapses. So Osimhen is still inclined to join Chelsea, but the whole thing with the incentive-driven contract could be an issue, because we have these kind of contracts that if we go to Champions League, the players will earn more money, and in Osimhen's case, he wants a contract where he don't have to have these add-ons if he gets to Champions League and scores goals and so on, because he wants to have the security in getting the money week in and week out. And I get that. And then this came out an hour ago. Viktor Osimhen has opened up a possible move to Ahli. And when this came out, I was like, oh no, have we fluffed this? Is it is it done? Have we not offered what Viktor Osimhen wants, and has he realized that we can't give him what he wants? So he would like to move to Ahli instead. But then this comes out from Fabrizio, and Fabrizio is the GOAT. Nothing new changed on Osimhen. Osimhen is negotiating with Chelsea. If they don't find an agreement, he can go to Ahli. So we're still in the negotiations with Osimhen, and I would love for this transfer to go through. I think that this whole transfer saga will go on for the whole transfer window and probably go down to the last day, so it's deadline day transfer. And I think when this Here We Go comes out, it will break the internet, at least the Chelsea fan base. It will be just euphoria all over the place. So let's just pray and cross our fingers for that. So that's the latest on Viktor Osimhen for today. And here's a small little insight into the video that we're going to do later on today. Some squad updates for the match tomorrow. Here's from Haters TV. Pedro Neto didn't train as Chelsea are managing his workload. No sign of Carney, Chukwuemeka, Romeo Lavia or Reece James in training today either. And no Petrovic or Gusto either. So no Pedro Neto, no Gusto for the game tomorrow. But we will get on to that in the video later on, so subscribe to make sure you don't miss the preview. But why isn't Gusto training? It's quite concerning. I hope that he hasn't picked up an injury, because in that case we are 2 right backs down, and I wouldn't like to have Axel Disasi or Chalobah play in the right back for the rest of the season. So to end it on a giggle, here's from BBC News. The leader of Wolverhampton Council, Stephen Simpkins, on Noni Madueke. I would suggest that this footballer, this highly paid footballer, has not seen Wolverhampton. He could only have been here 48 hours or so, and that would have been at a hotel or a training ground. So what he's seen was probably through a coach window too. You can't make snap judgments like that about a place. It's a great city. So to have Mr. Stephen Simpkins come out and say that, publicly taken offense to the whole everything about this place is shit story from Noni Madueke, and that's quite funny. You might as well make Madueke the mayor of the city in Birmingham, living rent-free in the Wolverhampton squad and council head. Yeah, so that's the latest news on Chelsea. As I said, we will do a preview for the match against Servette. It will be uploaded later on tonight, so make sure to subscribe to not miss that. We're posting 2 videos today, that's what I'm saying. We're the most active Chelsea YouTube channel with a Swedish accent, so subscribe for that, and I'll see you later on tonight. Thank you all for watching.